So this one's going to be definitely difficult. I'm going to try to get it a little bit more level with the trellis system here. And I'd rather just have it level at least a little bit of this part. Looks decent when you look from it this way. Then, when you sit down and you look this way, you can see there's a big hump there. So I got to kind of throw this down in the middle, just try to spread it more towards the tree there and see what I could do. Of course, I can't put this thing level because I'm on a big slope, but I got to try. So trying to really level out here, that makes the most of this yard. It's quite sloped, and of course I can't take out the slope, it's just too much. What goes right here is actually a swing, so I really want to come down as much as possible, make this flat. This was a big hill to my neighbor's yard. The problem is that there are roots here, so I don't know what the heck I'm going to do there. As for this, I'm trying to keep this flat, like a walkway, but then have a nice transition down for the lawnmower. And it's not going to be anything like, I don't want it to fall down. Not sure how they're going to mow it, but I'm going to use probably the Thatcher to go up and down with it off, just to see how it feels. That's about the size of the lawnmower that they're using for this. This here, I'm going to get these finishing blocks. I already bought them all from Lowe's, put them in here and just add another layer so it look a little bit more complete, like that little wall there. Now, this is the problem. When you're talking about old grass thatch, it's really getting rid of it, and what I'm having to do is just sift through nice piles. Look at these nice piles that I'm creating, but this is what it usually looks like. And there's another one. It's very, very dusty. It got very dry here. Then what I do is I take the rocks, put them in there, and then I put them in my retaining wall, because that's the only place I could put them. There's my retaining wall down there. I have the cap open, and it's all bare in that particular part of the retaining wall. But you see, there's a lot of rocks. I'm also trying to make it, I'll walk down here, trying to make it a lot more level, at least when you first come up and put your feet down. And then now, after doing everything, thinking about trying to make this somewhat of a level slope all the way across to here. I don't know if I could do it. So the problem is, when you start something and you start moving stuff around, I had a plan, but plans change because dirt, you don't know what you could possibly do. And this little Sunjo is definitely a huge help. The other thing that slows you down are the roots too. So I have to cut all those out. But really the hardest part about this whole thing is the dust. It's very dusty up here because this was done first when I did this project, and the soil's very dry now compared to my side yard that I had done. Now I already got the little green guys coming up, already sprouting, looking really good, by the way. And it really hasn't, it's been less than a week, so that is great. I'll keep you updated. All right, so finally getting down to the end, I guess. Probably not, because as soon as I dig these trenches, I'm going to have more and more piles. Problem is the dust. It's very dry, the dirt. It's had so much time to dry out. This part of my yard is really terrible. Terrible dirt. I really don't even want to mess with it. This slope isn't what I want it to be. I'd like it to be over more, but every time you dig, it's just pure rocks. Grass has never grown there very well. It's just like I'm just giving myself more and more and more. Here's a pile I got to sift through. There's another little pile over there, and then over there. It's very difficult here. Everybody on YouTube shows you these amazing properties, how easy everything is. I don't know where these people live. There's no rocks in their yard. They're not on a slope. I mean, this is the best I could try to figure out to do it. I mean, I gave myself a flat spot here and up on the top. Before, everything was just on an angle. And here, in this particular section, I want to be able to put out like some furniture if I have to. I got it all covered. But if I want to put the table out here, I can. I probably have to still level this area as soon as I get rid of all these piles, or I'm going to utilize these piles to level out a little bit more. And this is just like the walkway over to here. There is a swing that goes there. I really can't dig down much more because there's some tree stumps, roots in there. I might have to get a grinder. I don't know. Everything's just a pain here when you dig things up. But that's the look this way. It's coming along. So, had a huge rainstorm over the weekend. I mean, it rained here in New York for like 2 days straight. Hasn't rained that much in quite some time like that. I would say, wow, probably a year. Because we had a really bad drought. Whatever. But, you could see the little green guys coming up. Hold on, let's get closer. Yeah, I love when I see that. This was pretty quick. I'm very surprised how fast. Yeah, there's a lot of junk from the trees, but I made the sprinkler system up here. I put it in, but there's nothing like a real rain. I mean, this was a major rain, so much so that a lot of this stuff kind of washed around, and especially the peat moss here. You know, there's definite runoff. I mean, there was a lot of water, which usually doesn't happen here that much, but that was a lot. I got a little bit of peat moss left, and I'm going to try my best to cover up these little spots here and make sure that everything will come in. I think it might rain again, so there might be a couple spots like there. I had some erosion. Might have to actually buy a little dirt. I can't believe it. Even here, too. I have kind of no choice, but it's supposed to continue to rain a lot, so I don't know. I'm not going to really hit those places of erosion, but just an amazing grass seed, this Black Beauty. It's really no joke. It truly is an amazing product.